Alright boys, so in today's video we're going to be discussing Ketel Marte to the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to tell you guys the pros, the cons, is it realistic? So without further ado, let's get into it. So a little bit about Marte. He's easily the best second baseman in baseball. He's top 10 defensively. He's the best offensive. And even though he's entering his age 32 season, his bat speed has only increased the past couple of seasons. It was even higher than Aaron Judge when he hit from the right-handed side. So you've got a guy that doesn't strike out, that walks above average, that hits for power, that hits for contact, that plays good defense. And really, if we're being honest, the Red Sox do not need to play him in the field because they've got Trevor Story at short. They've got more than likely Marcelo Meyer at second base. And then, again, I'm projecting, but Alex Bregman at third base. Depending on if they bring back Bregman or not, this is a completely different video, so I can't just be like, yeah, Bregman's coming back. If he doesn't come back, then yes, Marte slides in a second, Meyer goes to third, and then Story at short. I mean, it doesn't get much better defensively than that. If Bregman does come back, then Bregman at third, Meyer at second, Story at short, and then DH Marte. If Marte's just solely hitting, I mean, that is going to be pretty scary to think about. I mean, he might even be the best just pure overall hitter in the game. I mean, it might sound crazy if you don't really know Marte, but he's that good. Like, this guy just absolutely rakes, especially if he's just solely hitting. And then we've got to also talk about the rest of the things that he does well, and there's plenty of them. I could make a whole video just talking about the things that Marte does a good job of doing. So top end exit velocity, same type of company as Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. His bat speed is only increased. 78.5 miles per hour is insane on the right-hand side. 10 outs above average, placing him 7th among qualified second basemen. Fangraphs depth charts projects him to have a WRC plus of 136 and F4 of 4.7. That is just absurd. That is by far the best at second base. There are cons, though, about Marte. Some of them, again, it depends who you ask, right? So Marte has only appeared in over 140 games just 3 times. I mean, there's 162 games. So I don't really think Red Sox fans would expect him to play 140 games. I mean, if he comes even close to that with how good he is, that'd be a win to me, and he's healthy for the playoffs. He's entering his age 32 season, which, if you just say that, then yeah, you want someone younger, and they're 27, like Bo Bichette type of age. But Marte hasn't shown any signs of regression besides his sprint speed. But when the way Marte hits, that doesn't really matter. It's going to be a double anyway, right? Or it's going to be over the fence. And then the biggest con by far is the cost. You want to get a player of Marte's caliber, obviously you're going to have to give up a premium, but it's also specifically what the Diamondbacks want, and that is pitching, and tons of pitching. So when you go and you look at the Red Sox, well, who could they realistically give up? Brian Bayo immediately comes to my mind. More Red Sox fans are starting to agree with me that yes, absolutely, Bayo should be in discussions for either a better pitcher, a Joe Ryan, a Freddie Peralta, a Cole Reagans, or just how about kind of package him for a Ketel Marte or a player like that, right? That would be awesome to do. So I expect Bayo to be in it, but in terms of just prospects, which ideally the Diamondbacks are going to be looking for, well, the Red Sox, they have Peyton Tolle. Would they trade Tolle for Marte? I don't think so, but if they really want him, they could do that. Connolly early, I think they would absolutely package him. Kyson Witherspoon, I think they'd absolutely package him. And then to that point, your guess is kind of as good as mine. But I don't think they would trade Tolle for Marte. Tolle, if they're going to give him, I don't even think they would trade Tolle for Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan is, yes, team control, younger. I don't think they trade Tolle even for Skubal. I think he's pretty much untouchable. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not going off of anyone inside the organization, of course, when I'm saying that. But yeah, I don't expect Peyton Tolle to be traded anytime soon. Yeah, I don't see a world where Peyton Tolle is traded, guys. If he's traded tomorrow, then I'm an idiot, but I just don't see that happening. I think the Red Sox love Peyton Tolle's potential, and they believe he can be an ace. And he throws 100 miles an hour from the left-handed side, and he's just got filthy stuff. I know he was coming out of the bullpen late in the year, but David Price, was coming out of the bullpen at one point. So, yeah, definitely standing on that opinion. Let's just say, hypothetically, that the Red Sox do bring back Alex Bregman, which I wouldn't be shocked if they do. I don't think they will, but are they going to pay up for Pete Alonso? That's kind of the thing here, right? A report came out that they were, and then a report came out that the Red Sox actually haven't established themselves as the front runner, so you can't really believe everything you see, I guess. But let's just say that Bregman comes back. Here is what the lineup would look like against right-handed pitching. Roman Anthony leading off, Jarren Duran, hitting second, playing left field. Roman would be playing right field. Okay, so in this scenario, they have Willie Abreu going over for Marte because I don't see him on the list. So Duran fans would love that. If I'm being honest with you, I think Willie is just a better baseball player than Duran, but I think Duran is more valuable to the Red Sox. For one, he was a monster a season ago. Yes, it was a season ago. If he can even come close to that this year, then again, he's one of the best players in baseball and what he means, of course, in the locker room. And I know that this doesn't overly matter to the management side of things, but he's just a fan favorite. Like, he takes pics with fans after games. You're kind of banking on Duran getting back to his old self. And I'm not the biggest Duran fan by any means, but if I were to bet money, I'd go with Duran getting back to his old self this season versus the one, even the one last year was still a 4-win player. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Duran stay. I think they're going to end up moving him for pitching, but so it would be Roman in right, hitting leadoff, Duran hitting second and left, Ketel Marte DHing, of course, hitting third, Alex Bregman hitting cleanup, playing third base, Trevor Story hitting fifth, playing short, Tristan Casas playing first base, hitting sixth, Marcelo Meyer, second base, hitting seventh, and then hitting eighth is Carlos Narvaez at catcher, and then Cedar Rafaela hitting ninth, playing center field. I mean, this is just, it's very, very difficult to get a better roster than this for the Red Sox coming into next season. I'd imagine if they trade for Marte, they're not going to go out and trade for like a Joe Ryan, for example, which means that the starting rotation would be Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, Connolly Early, and Hunter Dobbins. Maybe you guys want to put Peyton Tolle in there, Cutter Crawford. It's just an opinion. I don't know what the Red Sox pitching staff is kind of thinking with that. I would be fine with this. Do I want Pete Alonso more than Alex Bregman? Yes, but man, Marte and Bregman is, I literally am laughing how ridiculous that is. And I'm not the biggest fan of Sonny Gray as a number 2, but I like him more than Giolito, and I honestly probably trust Gray more than I trust Bayo. Bayo is like a middle of the rotation type of guy. I don't love him. I don't hate him. But I personally probably would lean towards, hey, look, instead of trading Willie Abreu, kind of keep him right here, and then move Duran for pitching from the Royals specifically, use prospects, and then again, it looks a lot better with Willier in right, Roman in left, and then in center, Cedar, and then Crochet, Reagans, Gray, Bayo, Early, and then you have Tolle. I don't think you'd have to give up Tolle to get. Now you might have to, actually. Yeah, so I don't know. Again, I didn't think about that. I just pressed record. So, but yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts. Let me know if you guys agree or you disagree. I personally would not trade Peyton Tolle for Ketel Marte. I might sound like a hypocrite for saying that because I get on the Red Sox for not making these big moves, but entering his 32-year-old season in Marte when they already have Story, Meyer, Christian Campbell is more of an outfielder, but he obviously can play second base, first base if needed. Bregman just seems like it seems like inevitable to this point that Bregman will come back.